By the light of the sun, by the depth of the moon, by the flame of the wand, and by the pentacle of earth, I call upon the guides of wisdom, the ancestors of the craft, and the holy guardian angel. Guide us now through the stations of the dove and serpent. Reveal what is hidden, so we may transform it into light. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Together, we walk the path of the dove and serpent spread, an 11-fold journey of transformation. Each position reveals a unique aspect of your journey, alternating between the essence of your being and the events that help to shape your destiny. Remember to hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. All right, 6 of Wands to start us off. This is a card of victory. This is a card of confidence. I kind of want to say that we had this card for you last time, too. This is position 1. It is called the station. It represents the way we see ourselves. I feel like you're stepping into your confidence. I feel you see yourself as a powerful, powerful being. Someone that is capable. Okay? I feel like that you're very close to a win right now. I feel like you've been fighting and working towards something. You've been striving. And I feel like you know that success is very, very close here. That your victory is almost at hand. Okay, I don't think you were always a confident person. I think that there was a time in your life where you didn't really believe in yourself. You didn't think that you could do this. But look, you're doing it. You're doing it, and it's almost done now. Okay? You've almost reached the finish line here. You've almost reached the success, the victory. This is a win. This is a really, really big win. Okay? I want to put this card into some context. Let's get right into it. We have a Princess of Swords. We have a 10 of Pentacles. Look at that. We have the Knight of Wands. We have an 8 of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Very nice. We have a 2 of Pentacles. We have the Death card, your superpower card. It's in a weird position. It's in the position of your fear, worry, and concern, but that's okay. We'll deal with that. This is awesome. And finally, we have the 4 of Cups. A lot of stability. To me, that feels like a very grounded kind of emotional energy. Okay? You're getting the win, but it's not going to overtake you. It's not going to make you arrogant. I think you are reaping the rewards, but you're also understanding that, well, I think we'll see that with some of these other cards. We're understanding that it wasn't just you. You're not an island. That there are other factors that are involved here, and maybe other people involved. But I think that we're sort of giving credit where credit is due. We're taking the rewards. We're taking the credit. But we know that it's a collaborative thing. Okay, at least between your soul and spirit. Okay, at the very least. There may be other people involved here too. Maybe a group thing. Right? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. These are in the wrong place. There we go. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here with everyone's favorite Tiny Bob Ross right there on top. We're not going to look at that happy little card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card could be, put your prediction in the comments down below. All right, now, as we look around the room, we see 1, 2, 3 major arcana energies, the Hierophant, the Death card, and of course, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. We've got fire and fire, a little bit of water at the end, a little bit of air right here, and we have our earth, and our earth cards. Okay. Very good stuff. I feel like you're getting ready to reap the rewards here. Okay, I feel like everything is about to change for you, and you're getting ready to accept this big win, to enjoy the big win, to claim it, claim your victory, claim your rewards, but also you're staying humble, you're staying grounded. Okay, you're not going to be, kind of overconfident or over proud or to get carried away by the win, but you're certainly going to enjoy it. Okay, our second card today is the Princess of Swords, represents the battlefield. And right now, this is, to me, it feels like an intellectual curiosity. It feels like your quest right now, the battle that's ahead of you, is for you to stabilize your mind and to not think that a different path is going to be better for you. This is a very impulsive card, as the princesses are. This is a thought to a behavior. Okay, this is air and earth. It's kind of saying like, oh, I got a great idea, let me act on it. It's like a light bulb, it goes off in our mind, and immediately we're changing course. Immediately we're putting that into action. I think this is a card around that saying, let's control this energy a little bit. Something has been working. We're doing the tried and true method here. Okay, we're very close to the victory, and when you're so close to the victory, the last thing you want to do now is start thinking that, oh, maybe I should change this over here or change this over here. Maybe I should tweak a little thing here. Maybe I should try a new pair of shoes. No, you're almost done with the race. Now's not the time to explore new shoes or a new technique of running. It's important that you keep doing what's been working. There will be time at some other point, not now, some point in the future for you to experiment with new techniques, new ideas, explore new things, and go wild with it. Right now, we've got to subdue this energy that kind of thinks, I should make a change right now. I think it's not a time for change. Now is a time for you to continue doing the things that have been working. Again, the Princess of Swords is very impulsive. Okay? Just because you have a thought doesn't mean you need to act on it. Not every idea is a good idea, especially not right now. Now's not the time to find out if it's a good idea. Right now is the time for you to just do what has been working. Okay? And what it's bringing you, and that's your quest right now, right? That's your battle. That's the kind of challenge. I feel like you're somebody that has a lot of good ideas. We don't need to act on all of them at this time. What we have down here beneath the surface is the Ten of Pentacles. You're looking for the maximum reward, the maximum benefit here. Okay? You're looking for all the marbles. So now, again, it's not the time for you to explore or experiment or to get curious about other techniques or other processes or other ideas. Stick with what's working, and this will be yours. This is under the surface. It's position 3. It's called the soul. Okay? And this isn't just about money. This isn't just pentacles. This is your very best life. This is saying that, look, the stakes are too high. That what you're fighting for right now is so important and has such implications for your future. We don't want to take any chances. We're not playing games here. This is real life, and this is your real future, and this is your wealth, your health. This is everything that you have that you find valuable to you. This is your best life, your pets, your plants, your people. And because this is everything, you are trying to maximize this. It's not just a 10 of Pentacles. The 10s are really like an unlimited amount of something. It's just because we count in base 10. We say 8, 9, 10, and then an infinite number of things. Like I tell my daughter, if you can count to 10, you can count as high as you want. And so this is a card that's saying, like, you're not limiting yourself to saying, oh, if I get 10, I'll be happy and that'll be enough. You're saying, no, I'm going to go as far as I can go. It's kind of like I don't want to have a limit. I don't want to limit myself. I don't want to say, okay, once I get 10, then that's it. My goal is to get 10. And because then it's like we start slowing down when we get close to 10 and we settle right in there at like 9.5 or 10. No, we're saying I want as many as I can get. And so when we're running a race, we want to go as fast as we can. We don't say, oh, I'll be happy with 10th place. We don't even say I'll be happy with first place. We say, I don't want to know what place I'm in. Because if I know, oh, I'm in 10th place already, okay, then I can kind of slow down and I can just coast the rest of the way. Or if you're already in first place, you say, okay, I'll just coast the rest of the way and I'll get my first place. That sets up a couple of problems. One, we might start slowing down toward the end. Someone will pass us. Then what, right? Or it may be that we have severely limited what our achievement could have been. You may be first place no matter what, but do you want to be first place by 10 minutes or by like a tenth of a second? Don't limit yourself right now. Stick to what's working. Go as hard as you can until it's over, until you get the win, because you don't want to limit what your return on this investment's going to be. You're going, you went all in on something, and now you're being told to continue like believe that this is like, that you're barely getting by. So you have that fire and that ambition. You need to keep that fire right now and go hard, right? Because there's no limit to what you can achieve here. We don't want to artificially limit ourselves by having some kind of a goal here that, again, it's kind of saying, okay, well, if I get to 10, then that's it. That's what I need. No, you're shooting for the stars, okay? This is an unlimited expansion of energy. So this, under the surface, this is telling you really that everything is riding on this. That this battle that you're in, this activity, this work, this striving, this thing you're involved with right now is everything. And so you're pulling out all the stops. You're not going to hold anything back from this. And it's not just going to be 10, it's going to be 100, it's going to be 1,000, it's going to be 1,000,000. You're going to go as hard as you can until the very last second. Okay? You're not going to start slowing down when you get closer to the goal. It's kind of like we don't want to know where the goal is. We don't want to know what the competition is doing. When you're in a race, you don't want to know whether you're in first place or fifth place or 10th place. Because then you might feel like, okay, I got to take it a little bit easy. It's kind of like you're saying, lie to me and tell me I'm last, so I work harder. Does that make sense? And so we kind of don't even want to know how much time is left on the clock, because we don't want to then say, okay, I'm at the end, I can back off a little bit. Because this is everything. And again, it's not time for you to change up. It's not time for you to think of other ideas or experiment with different techniques. And this is our life. This is real life. This is not the practice. This is the real event, okay? And so you got to keep going as hard as you can, and it's going to be, your reward is going to be, I think, out of this world. I think that it's coming in really, really soon. But again, I want to tell you that. You got to keep going hard, okay? In the background position 4, we see the Knight of Wands. To me, this feels like the recent past. This was you going all in. And when you started this thing, the Knights are all about the beginnings. How things begin and how we see the process unfolding. The Knights are always looking at the 10. So the Knight of Wands is looking at the 10 of Wands. And again, the 10 of Wands is maximum effort. What's the cap? What's the upper limit of your effort? You don't have one. What's the upper limit of your fire and earth, right? The spiritual electrical circuit of creation. What's the upper limit of your wealth, of your success? There isn't one. How much can you earn? How big can the reward be? Infinitely large, right? It's proportionate to the amount of effort you put in. Maximum effort, maximum reward. There is no limit on your effort. There is no limit on what you're capable of. So this is you going as hard as you can, as fast as you can, as long as you can, and trying to sustain that level of effort until someone blows the whistle. I don't know. Whatever it is you're doing, right? This is the card of the beginnings. And so this is, at the beginning of something, we're usually pretty enthusiastic, right? We usually have a lot of gas in the tank at the beginning, and so we go hard at the beginning. Then we start to slow down. There's sort of a curve. It's a real spike at first, and then it starts to sort of taper off at the end. And then by the end of this path, we're just kind of like, we're dragging our feet. Yeah. You've got to find a way to sustain your energy over the long term. You got to keep going like this is day one again, right? Even though I feel like you're getting very close to the win, you have to keep pushing like it's just the beginning. Go as hard now as you did when you first started. And your reward will be infinitely larger than we expected. Okay, again, we're looking at the 10, and we need to see the 10 as being unlimited. It's kind of like the acceleration. This card's kind of acceleration. And acceleration happens very steep curve at first, and then it tapers off until we're sort of coasting. You want to keep accelerating. We don't see a Prince of Wands here, do we? We don't see the cruise control. We see acceleration. We're accelerating, and we're not stopping. We're not trying to do anything else other than accelerate and push as hard as we can. I don't know what you're doing. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is how and why you're doing it. Okay? This is a real achievement here. Up above is the 8 of Pentacles. This is a card of growth. This is the card of patience. This is the card of trying to attend to something in the way that it needs attending. This is saying you're trying to grow a tree. What do you need? You need water, sunlight, and soil. A whole lot of love, a little bit of luck. But that's what you can do. You can focus on those things. What are the needs of this thing? Not like, hey, I think I'm going to experiment and try some other kind of soil. I'm going to try instead of water, I'm going to try to put some Gatorade on it or something. No. Stick with what works. Okay? Stick with what you know is going to make this thing grow as big as it possibly can. Because you're really, you're doing something that is affecting your livelihood. Something that's affecting your future and your real life existence, your sustenance, probably something financial. You don't want to play any games. Now's not the time for speculation or experimentation. Stick with the tried and true in your life, that what you know is going to work. This is a card of, again, growth. How you're growing the world's biggest pumpkin, right? And now's not the time to mess around. We want it to grow as big as it can. We want this to be as lucrative, as successful, as rewarding, as financially beneficial as possible. So we have to understand what this is and what things it needs. Okay, you're going to use the right techniques for the right purpose. Okay, you're building a house. You've got a couple of boards. You got to screw them together, and okay, a screw and a screwdriver. Those are the tools. That's the technique. You're not saying, well, I wonder what's going to happen. Maybe I'll try using a butter knife today. Maybe that'll work better. Now's not the time for that nonsense. Stick to the screwdriver. You know it works, and that's going to help you get things done in the right way. Okay. I'm very curious what this is. Feels like it's something related to your finances or related even to physical fitness, maybe. Okay. This is the card also of self-care. It's kind of, it's you, again, treating your body and your heart and your mind in a way that is healthy and sustaining. Maybe this is more about a physical thing for you, physical fitness or something. Because it's, we don't want to get too experimental right now. We want to do what we know works. Okay? I think that this is, even for us, if it's a physical thing, it's basically the same thing. It's water, sunlight, and soil. It's obviously hydration. It's intentional eating. Okay, and it is the proper nutrients, absorbing the proper energy, what's nourishing to your physical body, your heart, your mind, your soul. Okay, this is the giant position. And the activity, the project or the work that you're doing right now involves the growth of your life. It's not something to play around with. This is something that is feeding you and your family, so to speak, maybe literally. Position 6 is the Hierophant. This is textbook. This is dogma and doctrine. This is a fixed earth energy. It's a Taurus energy. It's a stubborn energy. It doesn't experiment. It doesn't go it doesn't go off trail right now. It's sticking to what works, sticking to what you know. Do things by the book and do them as hard as you can. What's the book? Whose book is it? What's the dogma or the doctrine? It's yours. It's your personal knowledge. God, that scared me. My soundproofing's falling off the walls. It's a message from Spirit saying that your technique is what you know works for you. And maybe the Princess of Swords is some influence from other people saying, maybe you should try it this way. Maybe you should try it that way. Here, try my technique. Try my way. No. I'm doing things my way, and I'm doing them as hard as I can because I know they work. Because how do I know they work? From experience. I've done them before. Don't take anybody else's word for it. If you haven't done it, if you haven't experimented with that, now's not the time to say, oh yeah, let me try your shoes. Maybe your shoes are better. No, you've been using your shoes. You know they work. Keep doing what you know to work. This is that textbook, and it's kind of saying there's a right way to do things because I've lived through the experience. You've gained the wisdom. So this is, again, position 6, the imago, the next steps for you. Stick with what you know to be effective in this particular situation. Okay? This is not always a very positive card, right? Because that is the card of dogma. It's kind of like it's, very often the textbook energy comes first, or the textbook is kind of forced on us, and it's saying, okay, well, first you got to learn the technique, you got to study, you got to read the textbook, and then you improvise, and then you experiment. And now it's kind of, no, now we're doing it the other way around. I feel like you've learned from experience, you've learned from trial and error, you've paid attention to cause and effect, you've given the plant some water, you saw what happened, you said, okay, I know how much water it needs. And so now you're kind of like writing the textbook for yourself. I think that you are somebody who has, you have a working knowledge of whatever this system is that you're involved with, whatever the work is, whatever you're doing right now. Okay, you're the expert, you're the authority. Don't let anybody else try to change your course right now, because that's going to diminish our returns. Okay, do what has been working for you and do it harder. Okay, do it faster. But don't change techniques right now. I feel like there's somebody in your environment, somebody around you, some relationship you have that's trying to influence you to change course. Spirit's telling you not to do that. Okay, you're not a follower here. You're a leader. And you have to, this is kind of a know-it-all energy, right? The Hierophant kind of is that person that thinks they know everything. Right now, you have to believe that you know the right way. Okay? And in a way, it's kind of trusting yourself that you do have the answers right now. I'm feeling that there's something influencing you that's trying to convince you that you're not as knowledgeable, that you don't have the experience or the wisdom here. Someone's trying to get you to doubt your own mind right now. Spirit's telling you to keep going. Could be that we feel like a little bit of an imposter. It's kind of saying, I don't have all the answers. I don't know what I'm doing. There probably is a better way to do it. Yeah, probably. Now's not the time for you to find out. Path of the Serpent. We'll talk about these cards. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Your general energy, your persona, position 7, is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the way other people see you. Other people may see you as getting really lucky. Oh, Scorpio, oh, they're lucky. Look at what they're doing. Man, they really had a good break. They're on a lucky streak. right? They've got some kind of divine intervention. Something is carrying them through this because it's not them, right? So other people may see you as being very, very fortunate right now, right? But we know that while there is an element of kind of divine intervention, there is that unseen hand of spirit that's assisting us always. What you're doing is because of your energy, your expertise, your commitment, your fixed, stubborn earth energy, your Taurus energy here, your Hierophant energy. It's 90% perspiration here, 10% maybe luck, right? Spirit can put things on your path, but you're the one that has to know how to use those things. So I feel like you are very lucky. Yeah, but we don't believe in luck, really. I think that we believe in synchronicity. We believe in the divine. We believe in the unseen. We believe in timing. Okay? And the way other people may see you is that you're just like kind of fumbling through life and somehow getting the win, somehow succeeding at this. You got the victory, but you just got lucky that time. No, it's not. You didn't just get lucky. Right? Spirit gave you the opportunity. Spirit showed you where there was an opening, but you took it. You did the work, and you pushed hard, and you kept pushing. Okay? I think that right now there is this combination here between expertise and just blind, dumb luck. Right? There's a combination here of this. And I think that it really is a matter of Spirit putting the right people, places, and things on your path when and where you need them, but you also having the wisdom to know what to do with those things, to see those things anyway, and to know how to employ them. Spirit can be putting good things on our path all day long, but if we don't have the wisdom or the discernment to recognize those good things and to know how to interpret them and how to employ them, how to use them, how to do the work, doesn't matter. Spirit could be sending us signs all day long, giving us opportunities left and right, green lights everywhere, doors are opening everywhere, but I don't see them. Okay, so you need both. Yeah, we need both here, and so I feel that this is maybe intentional. This persona that we kind of maybe like you're someone that kind of makes things look easy. That it seems as if, Spirit is just a lucky break. You got a hole in one, that's a fluke. Maybe you make things look easy, But really, that this is a great deal of effort and focus and concentration. I think that you're about to hit it big. You know that you're about to really get a win. You're trying not to think about it much. You're trying to just go hard and fast and stick with it as much as possible so that we can really capitalize on this. We can expand. This is a Jupiter energy. This is expansion. This is growth. This is exponential growth. Okay? We're 10xing, we're 100xing our 10 of Pentacles here. Infinite growth. There's no limit to how large your success can be, how big the rewards can be here. Okay? Now, in the environment, you have that 2 of Pentacles. And it's kind of a shadow position, position 8. It's something in your environment that is trying to get you to change course. It's somebody or something around you that is maybe purposefully trying to mislead you. Or somebody that maybe means well and is just trying to say, hey, here, try my pair of shoes. And you're saying, no, I need to stick with my pair of shoes, right? In some ways, this is you making the right decisions. This is someone who's being proactive, okay? I think that you're able to learn a lot from other people. You see where other people have made mistakes, and you're choosing not to make those mistakes, okay? These positions in the spread are very well connected. These are very intimate because this is something inside of you. This is something that's outside of you because you know that your success, your rewards, your achievements are not capped, but are infinite. The potential growth is infinite. You're making those choices based on that infinite growth. Our choices would be different if we said, okay, I can only get up to a 10. That's all I'm allowed to do is go from 0 to 10. Okay, that's gonna determine how I behave. If I say, okay, my limit is a gazillion, right? That's gonna alter how I behave, and it's gonna alter the choices that we make. Okay, and so you're trying to be as discerning as possible. Okay, you're trying to pay attention to every move you're making and maximize I don't know if it may be the efficiency. I guess we can maybe call it that. Okay, but watch out for anybody around you that's trying to get you to do something different, telling you, oh, I've got a better way. You have to rely on yourself right now. And here is yourself. Okay, this is that death card. It's in the position of the specter, position 9. It is the fear, worry, and concern position. It's our anxiety. I don't think that you trust yourself easily. I don't think you've ever really been a person that says, oh, I know what I'm doing, I can do it, I don't need anybody to show me how, or, I don't need any kind of confirmation or validation from outside. Okay, this is that card of, to me, feels like all the work that's going into the overnight change, right? We have this idea of the overnight change, a tower moment, a true leveling up in life. And this is all the work that goes into that, all the behind the scenes. An overnight change takes years to build up to. You're about to experience that victory, and I think it's been a really slow process for you. It's been one where you've had to put in this kind of maximum effort for a long time. Yeah, I feel like you are finally getting that acceptance of yourself, or that acknowledgement, that awareness that, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm capable of this. Spirit's telling me something about a cat. I don't know why I'm seeing a cat. Maybe it's your pet, or it's, I feel like it's somebody else's cat. I don't know why am I seeing somebody else's cat, not yours, but somebody else's cat. I don't know if you're watching a cat or you adopted a cat. It feels like it's not really yours. Is that right? The death card is the card of transformation, slow, gradual change over the course of time. It's the nature of nature. To me, it feels like unlimited growth. Feels like we never stop evolving. We never stop growing. I feel like you're somebody right now who's slow at making changes, and that's good. Princess of Swords, impulsive. I got a good idea. Let me change everything. No, slow changes. Stick with what you know. If you're doing anything differently, it has to come. It's a long time, or almost feels very bureaucratic, where it's just like, I'm not going to jeopardize what I'm creating or what I'm achieving or what I'm earning. If I'm changing anything, it's going to be, I'm going to build another system that's air gapped, and I'm going to experiment with it over there, but not in my main thing. So changes for you are very, very slow, because this is real life. It's not a video game. It's not practice. It's not pretend. So you're very slow to implement those new ideas or to change anything about how you're doing things. But I think that this is giving you such an edge on everybody else who is so fickle that they might be tinkering and toying with new ideas constantly, and then they never really get anywhere. You take it very seriously, and you take your time with anything new. And if you're going to build it into the system, it really has to be tested first somewhere else, not in the main system, What if you're maybe an engineer or something like that, yeah. The 10th position is our destiny. It's 4 of Cups, it's luxury. And to me, right now in this case, in this position, I feel like that card means exactly what it says, luxury. That you're going to be in such a powerful, successful position that you're sort of like you're sitting pretty, This is a card of stability. Kind of like I'm feeling good. I'm not letting myself get out of control, happy, you know. I'm not like going to let my ego expand and my head's going to float off into the clouds or anything. But this feels good. I've got what I want in life. I feel like things are going well. I know that I don't want to get so arrogant that I assume it's all me and, that I did this all by myself. I think you're acknowledging that a lot of this is divine intervention. A lot of this is luck. A lot of this is just I was in the right place at the right time kind of thing. But you're also acknowledging your hard work and your dedication. So to me, it feels very balanced. Okay? And I think that in a very real way, in a very physical way, this is you living a good life, a life of luxury, a life of hard work, and a lot of dedication and a lot of commitment. It's kind of like what you're earning in life. You earned it the hard way, but the right way, because it's going to last. You have longevity, you have staying power. And I think that you're going to live a very kind of luxurious life, very comfortable. Even though, obviously, this is not comfortable, right? This is a lot of activity, a lot of work. But you're earning a lot of repose. You're earning the rewards that you get. And I think this is fantastic, and I think they're very, very close. Everything's about to change, and I think you're ready for these rewards. Let's look at the mystery card. Position 11, the guide, represents the voice of the silence within you. Is very often the character quality that we need in order to move the path forward, to push things ahead, to push the needle on, to push the ball kind of down the field. I feel like it's a fixed earth energy. I feel like it's another Taurus energy. Yeah, could be the Hierophant, could be the Prince of Discs, or the King of Discs. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's take a look. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles is looking at the past. And the Queen of Pentacles is understanding the practical endings of something. So to me, this feels like your future self, after this big win, looking back over the course of events, looking at the way you handle things, and maybe wondering how we can sort of make a few changes for next time. Okay, so this is kind of a retrospective. This is gaining the practical wisdom from the past in order to take those little kernels of wisdom, take them into the future. So there is this idea of refinement. There is this idea of continued evolution. We're not just stagnant, stuck, I refuse to change, I refuse to ever do anything different. Right now, in the short term, you're being told, stick with what you know, go as hard and fast as you can, doing what works, okay? However, in the bigger picture, you're still being told to grow and evolve and change and implement new things, okay? But I think it's all about that timing. Now's not the time for you to experiment with the different pair of shoes. After you win this race, then you can experiment. Then you can look back and say, okay, well, those shoes were good, but they were a little bit too soft in the heel, or they rubbed my toe a little bit over here, so maybe I need to make a little adjustment. I almost feel like this is you're on a bicycle or something, right? It's kind of like, okay, well, those tires worked and those gears, that configuration was good, and I went as hard as I could. Now that the race is over, I'm going to experiment with, like, maybe I can do bigger tires. Maybe I can make them a little skinnier. Maybe I can use a different kind of grease or arrange the gears in a different way, or I don't know anything about bikes. But there is still that idea of growth and evolution. Okay, but it's kind of like we know the right time to do that. When we look back at our path and we say, okay, now's the time to make some changes for the next race. You know? We don't do it kind of right in the middle of the race. So I feel like this is very wise. Feels like there's kind of an engineering mindset here. Yeah, where we're looking at something kind of after the fact, and we're going to make little adjustments, little tweaks, and we're going to put out a new version of it next time. And we're going to let that thing run, go as hard as we can, push it, and then you push it as hard as you can. You kind of see where some of the weak spots are, and then we can take it back into the shop. We can tweak it a little bit, and then we can put out the next version, right? I guess it's the difference between that and putting out these patches every couple weeks, you know. So I feel that there is this larger scale evolution and refinement and development, but in the short term, Spirit's saying just go as hard as you can with what is already working for you. Okay. Now please let the lessons of these 11 stations settle into your heart. Each card is a mirror. Each station is a temple of transformation. And remember that tarot does not dictate your future. It reveals the pattern of possibilities. It invites you to co-create your destiny. If this reading has illuminated your path in any way, please share your reflections down below. Together we journey onward, ever upward, and ever inward. And we'll do an extended reading as well. We'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There is a link in the corner. There is a link down below. New readings for Scorpio on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. Leave a comment if you haven't yet. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.